Everybody, good morning. I'm Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and it's our Get Started class. So this is really designed for our new clients, but also you got to check in. We've got a lot of clients that have been with us for years that have to get a refresh because we're always adding new functionality and new ways to advertise and new ways to capture leads. So just before we dive into all this, I do want to point out that our platform is a real estate advertising platform. If you're new to us, you might think, oh, I have those tools. I have flyers. I have single property websites or whatever you think you have. But I don't think there's another company out there that captures as many leads at such a low cost than Listings to Leads. And that's true if you want buyer leads or if you want seller leads. And we can help you get buyer leads and seller leads, whether you have listings or even if you don't have listings. If you do have listings, then getting buyers is super easy. And there's some great tools to help you leverage those to get more listings. But if you don't, we got plenty of tools. And we also have a lot of content. I think there's a few things out there that realtors need today. They need today, because mortgage rates are higher, you need more advertising tools. And you need more ways to capture buyers than you used to. You used to be able to get in contract in 4 hours, somebody told me. And then, but also you need to have, a social media strategy. You can't ignore it. You may not like social media, but believe me, the world does, whether it's one platform or another. And we do a lot of stuff in social that's automatic. We do a lot of stuff with social that will help you capture both buyer and seller leads. And then lastly, there are some of you that want more listings in your business. And if that's true, I actually don't think there's another platform that's better than getting listing leads at a reasonable cost that actually turn into listings. I know there's a lot of ridiculous companies that charge you hundreds or thousands of dollars. And then you realize, unfortunately, that it's actually not that helpful. There's not much of an ROI there. There's a lot to do with our platform. It takes a while to get your arms around it. Try not to get overwhelmed. Try to focus on a few sections at a time, get a few tools under your belt and use them consistently. And it will help your business grow. So when we're done here, I'm going to start talking about what we do and showing you all the tools. I'm going to start moving fast and you're probably not going to remember everything I say. What I do want you to know is, let's see if I can get this right here. Let me see. I'm going to send you all a link to join our call, to join our mastermind group. So ideally, you're a client, and I'm going to send this link to you right now that will last for, I think, 48 hours. So if it's popped up in your area there, on the little chat panel, then that's an invitation to join. This is a private group. If you're not in the group, you will not be able to find it on Facebook. Okay. So this is where Scott and I talk about what's coming down the pipe, new technology. A lot of our clients ask questions. And even here, there's a lady that's saying, hey, this is something that I've done. Would we be able to use this? And just like lots of questions and also lots of answers, a lot. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to come back here in a bit where our clients are sharing how they're using our system and having great success. And that might help you understand. And certainly people ask questions. And so that's super useful. This class is being recorded, right? As I'm talking here, and they all go right here on this page, right? So if you scroll down here, you'll notice that there's hundreds of videos. And that's because every week I do live training classes and Scott does some as well. And so I'm going to send this to you because I can tell you this, it takes some time. It takes a few hours to really understand what you've got available to you in Listings to Leads. And if you invest that time, you're going to get a huge return for that. If you don't, I don't know how you're accessing our platform. If you're just a standard real estate agent who has signed up for $60 a month, the $60 is nothing compared to what you're getting. But you do have to learn how to leverage all the tools that we have because we're interfacing with so many platforms. We're doing so many things. We operate in print, online, on Google. We can blast out through your CRM. So there's a lot of functionality there. And if you got to learn how to use it, but I am positive, 100% positive that you will see the return on your investment of time. There are 3 calls that I do, and we're on the get started call. But if you look here, there's one on Facebook and Google ads. And I usually, when I go through Facebook and Google, I break it down like, here's what you do for buyers and here's what you do for sellers. And I even give you a cost so you understand what's happening or what leads cost, what ads cost, things like that. Here that I did 6 days ago, top tools to get more listings. You want to look at that if you want more listings. And then right before that is get started. So that's the 3 that I go through. Even if you have a little time, you might want to check out the previous ones. And one that I really like here, it says it was a month ago, and this is top tools to get more listings. And it says target all 4 channels: Facebook, Google, print, and CRM. That's true for just about everything. But if you want more listings, you have to. There is not one little pill that you can take and all these listings are going to show up in your office. This is a really wide kind of that call there talks about 4 different channels that you should be hitting consistently. And that's how you're going to get listings, and you'll totally understand it, right? And so it covers that. So check this out. I think I sent it to everybody, but I'm going to do it again because I thought I did, but I'm talking and I got COVID one long ago and I can't really remember anything, but you got a YouTube channel. And then lastly, in case you're new and you don't know this, leadgenwebinars.com is where you can sign up for free classes, right? The one we're on today is Get Started, Top Tools for More Listings next Monday, and then Facebook and Google ads. So if you want to hear it live and ask me questions, join us for a live class. If you want to just listen on your own time, check out our YouTube channel. And I recommend that you check out our mastermind group 5-10 minutes a week. Just see what's happening. See what people are asking. And then, yeah, so let's get into it. So the first part of this call, I usually talk about what to do to set up, right? And so let's do that. There's an account setup thing here. I actually think it's not complete. We keep moving and adding functionality so fast that this will get you close, but it won't get it complete. So I just like to go to the profile. It's down here on the left. Click on profile, and I'm going to tell you what you need to turn on. And auto posting is the first thing. First thing, get your picture in here over here on appearance. And this can get your logo here. If you have a white logo, put it in over here, like a PNG where it's clear in the back. And if you want to change your colors, you'll notice that we have a few kind of agency branding things there, but you might be with a independent broker and you have a totally different color scheme. You can change it right here and that's going to show up and then save it. And that's going to flow through all of your tools that we're going to start looking at. But up here is auto posting and it's up on the top. You definitely want to turn this on as soon as you can. And you connect your social media. When you click connect to Facebook, it's going to say, is this you, agent? Is this your name? And you say, yes, it's me. And when you click that, it takes you to a second page that says, what business pages do you want? And that would be your real estate business page. Then connect the rest of these. We do auto post to Google Business, which is new. So I would definitely connect to that. If you've got a business page on Google, see here, I got a question. Do anyone have to be a member of Listings to Leads to get? Yeah, Doc, you do. Our support team will look at that. They'll only approve you if you are a client. So we'll auto post listings. If you go here and you save this, we'll auto post our home valuation landing pages with language to get people to click there, and even our down payer assistance landing page and our new construction. So we'll auto post these to your social media accounts that you connect on this page. Okay. So That's good because these are three different kinds of landing pages that'll go out, have pre-written posts, and they'll be on your social media accounts. If you want, you could go ahead and boost those from your business pages. Over here on the right is CRM integration. Okay. So when we're capturing leads, you're going to find you're going to get a lot of leads if you're using our tools. You don't want to work with us if you don't want to convert leads. If not, you need a CRM is what I'm trying to say. All right. Cause you're going to have, if you're using our tools in the way I'm going to describe to you, you're going to have dozens or hundreds of leads every month, and they are useless if you don't follow up more than once. And here we have APIs from some of the top companies, CRMs in the country. And if you don't see yours on here, API Nation might have a little bridge for you, or Zapier down here, or your CRM might have what's called like a lead forwarding email. It would be something like your name at Follow Up Boss. And, or maybe there's your name 12345 6, right? And then when we send our leads there, they have the software to scrape the information and drop it in your CRM. And so you'll want to contact your CRM, say, hey, what's my lead forwarding email address? I'm capturing leads, listings to leads. I want to get them in my CRM automatically. Okay, let's see. Continue with Facebook button didn't work on my mobile device. So I had to remove that. Say it did that way. Brandy, that's interesting. I hope you sent that message to support. We won't be talking about that right now. By the way, guys, we have a great support team down here on the bottom. If you put any question here, the entire team is watching it and they respond very quickly and they will help. So we were talking about how to set up our accounts, right? And how to get your colors and appearance all in line. So that's all there. One thing that we've got hidden here that I think is really cool is the lead gen signature. Okay. This will tie in with your branding that you set up over here on your appearance, your logo, your pic, all the colors, all that. And you can copy this and embed it in your email so that as you're sending emails out, you're going to have the ability to capture leads. And a lot of you come from companies that have cool signatures, but the challenge with them is that there's really no call to actions. It's just, there's your number and call me or email me. You'll notice that these two links here are clickable. And this one says click for my reviews. We create a review landing page for you. It looks like this. All you got to do is get your reviews in. I'm going to show you where to do that in a minute. It will also have a kind of a video listing presentation just to help people understand what you can do to help them sell a home. So that's all built into the page automatically. You just need to go get it. You can also snap in a video. If you've got somebody giving you a testimonial, you can just plug it in there. There's lots of PDFs that they can download. I'll show you where you can access those yourself. And all of your listings will be here. So it's like a website for you that's got social media content. It's got the home valuation landing pages and the other landing pages I was talking about, all kinds of lead capture, really while you're leveraging your reviews. So that's just, we got there because I was showing you that on the profile is a lead gen signature. I definitely recommend that you go over there and find that and embed it in your whatever email platform you have. And then it will just be it'll be useful for you as you're just sending emails. Let's see. I got it. Okay, great, Brandy. Great. So if you don't have a CRM, you'll notice that we have a follow-ups tab here. And what this is a drip campaign, and it's a drip campaign for both buyers and sellers. And even if you don't have a CRM, you want to ask yourself, does my drip campaign get my phone ringing? Is it converting stuff? Or are you just checking a box that you have a CRM with a drip campaign? Because there are lots of drip campaigns out there, a lot of great CRM companies. But the point of a drip campaign is for that thing to keep these leads, these prospects warm and get you closer to a transaction, whether it's buyer or seller. All you got to do is turn on these down here. And what we know, and when we launch these, we're already seeing that we're closing appointments for clients, even seller listing appointments. And I remember I was talking to an agent who was just asking me kind of random questions. She goes, yeah, I have this listing appointment. And then she was asking about the follow-ups or whatever. And we went, looked at it. She says, oh my God, that's my lead. That's the lady I have my appointment with. And she was checking out all the content, all the information that we were sending her over time until she finally made an appointment with the agent. So if you're not super confident about your CRM and strip campaign, I highly recommend trying this out for maybe, I don't know, 6 months and see if you're noticing any difference, right? It's easy. Turn it on, turn it off. Very easy. So we were talking about client review, the client review website. There's actually a tab here that says client reviews. You can access that page right here on top by clicking view website. We were just looking at that a minute ago. So you don't need to go through that again, but you can add your reviews here. You can import them from Zillow, Google, or Testimonial Tree. And if you have, what do you call it? Reviews on other platforms like Yelp or Facebook, you can just copy and paste them over here and add it. And then they will all be embedded on that site there. Right. And if you get a review, this is how I recommend you use it. You copy the web address at the top and you go over to Facebook, and ideally you're on Facebook and your clients are on Facebook, and you tag them, right? You say, hey, thanks, right, for that great review. And you sugarcoat that and wonderful to work with you and all that. And you paste this in, right? So when I paste that in, it's not that I just posted it as the agent. All of the friends and family of my colleagues or of my clients are going to see this, right? Whoever you tag, their friends and family colleagues are going to see that. And so that's really the point. If they see this and they go, oh, this person's working with Jackie and they sold their homes, I can click on it. I'm taken off of Facebook and now we're here and you know what this is all about, right? So get some value out of your reviews, get them on our system and let people know that they're out there and that you're here. Where should we go next? We were talking about PDF guides. Let's just jump up to PDF guides real quickly. There are 80 PDF guides, pre-written. They're all about 5 or 6 pages long, and 40 of them are for home buyers and 40 of them are for home sellers. Okay. So it's your choice. You can decide, do you want to talk to more buyers? Click on this button here and you'll be looking at all the ones for buyers. Right. And otherwise, if you want to focus on sellers, you click on seller PDF guides. I'll remind you, your color scheme that you set up on the profile at the beginning will flow through. Your picture, your logo will be on every page of one of these. All right. And if you want to click the marketing button, you'll see there's a short form video script. If you're comfortable doing video, I would definitely use that. We've pre-written it for you. You can run it out on Facebook and Instagram here. You can do a social media post, which is not the difference from a post and an ad is you pay for the ad, and the post is something that you're sharing for free. Okay. Both will capture leads, but the post is only going to be seen by people who are following your platform or paying attention. And the Facebook will be pushed out in front of hundreds and thousands of people. If you've got a good CRM that you can blast stuff out, like you've got, I don't know, Follow Up Boss or Wise Agent or whatever, there's usually the ability to copy content, copy code, which you would copy here, actually copy code down here. And you're copying this weird stuff that looks like this. And then you go paste it in your CRM and then you click a source button there and then it looks like this. And then you blast it. And it's basically got a link to download the report. You can also use a print flyer or door hangers or postcards. They're all going to lead to a landing page. So whatever solution you want to use to get this out, or you want to use multiple versions, people are going to have to give you contact information to download the report. Okay. So this is really a great way. There's 80 different ways basically of getting in touch with buyers and sellers. You might just want to download one of these. A lot of our clients like to use them as leave behinds, especially if you're capturing seller leads, listing leads. and it's going to take a while to capture a lead and convert it into a transaction, right? A listing contract. These are great tools to drop by once a week. Hey, I'm just going to print one of these like with my business card on it in an envelope, door knock, and leave it behind, right? So the PDF guides are useful in a lot of ways. There's also this section here, which is landing pages. And when I mention that I do a class on top tools for listings, I have to talk about this section here, right? Because the number one landing page that agents want is, how do I get my home value? And you definitely want to learn the pros and cons of that. There are a lot of pros, and there's a really big con that you should be aware of. And that is that Facebook doesn't have great targeting. So you can create landing pages and you can get really specific, but Facebook's not going to help you. So if you're in the business and you want more listings, you really need to follow right over here. It says Facebook and Google ads on the fourth one on the right here. It says custom audiences for better home value leads. You need to understand that if you're going to create a landing page and then try to get it in front of the market on Facebook, because it is not designed to work very well for you. It's just the default setting. It's just where Facebook is. It used to be incredible. It's not very credible these days, but you can make it work and it can be great, but you have to go through a few steps but one thing that you should know is at the top, it says create landing page. And when you click that, we've got all kinds of templates for landing pages. Property Valuation Plus is an instant home valuation page. iBuyers, landing pages for FSBOs. If you're finding FSBOs, you want to send that to them, offers free tools. And ideally you get the listing in and you give them tools and you start helping them and then they give you the listing. That's really the thing here. Avoid foreclosure, short sales, right? I talk to a lot of realtors and they're saying, hey, foreclosure is coming. If you want to have something to reach out to them, that's a good place to start. You can create custom landing pages for buyers or for sellers. There's even empty nester landing pages, all kinds of stuff like that. So create them. They live here. And anytime you click on one of these, you'll be able to either get a print tool to get people to them or run an ad, things like that, or blast them out on your CRM. We've talked about PDF guides up here on the left, talked about client reviews, landing pages. Let's talk about social content. So when you come here, it might start to get confusing, and we're still in setup, right? Like you got to set these things up. When you come here the first time, it's going to say connect to your social media accounts. And you might be thinking, I've already done that. Like, why do I have to do that? And that's because we're doing different things in your social media accounts. So you need to connect here, just like you did on the profile. Then you tell us how often you want us to publish. Maybe 7 days a week, maybe 1 day a week. It's your choice. And then you choose the topics. Okay. Now, these are all written in house. And our view here is that people don't really know how to read anymore, right? Everybody's so ADD and you've only got 15 seconds to look at your phone. And so people really aren't doing heavy reading. And you'll find that this section is not a lot of heavy reading. It's related to real estate. You can glance at it. It's written in a conversational style. We chose a lot of really great colorful photos so that it looks good on your social media accounts. And the thing that we're really happy to see is that it is so conversational, it is so light that your followers actually respond to these posts. And our agents are having dialogues just based on light conversations of whatever, out gardening, or I like that kind of kitchen or whatever. One really important thing that you definitely want to take advantage of is, you remember those 80 PDF guides I just showed you? If you check them here and here on this circle or here, you can have us auto post to your social media accounts all of these PDF guides throughout the year. Okay. So you can do it by hand because I showed you where to do it on the PDF guide page, or you can go here and tell us to do it for you automatically. And you can say, hey, I want you to do it in English and in Spanish, right? We'll do them both. And that's all automation, right? It's just That's a set and forget. All of this content here is going to be happening for you. So we know about PDF guides. We know we can do them by hand. We know that we can do them automatically. Let's talk about listing. Your listing should flow in the system automatic. If you have your own listings, we're going to look at your email address on your profile and go start to sweep them, and they'll end up on a list looking like this. If you don't have your own listings, you should go and maybe you can borrow one from a colleague. Let's say you're working with a FSBO, right? You use one of our FSBO landing pages. You go out there and you get somebody like, yeah, I would like some tools. Go manually add it here. It's just a few fields and photos. And then here, grab active listing. If the listing is active, then you drop in the zip code and the MLS ID and you grab it, and it will drop it on this list. And then all the things that we do are going to be here available for you. So let's look at it. Where do I have a listing right here, right? One thing I want to point out, while we usually get your listings in automatically when they're just listed, sometimes we don't get when the price drops. Sometimes we don't get when there's an open house. Sometimes we don't get when it's sold. Like we literally don't know. It just stops dating. You can go here and update your listing. And what I want you to know is when you have a home just listed or coming soon or active or with an open house, all the call to actions are to get buyers. If you have a home that is under contract or under deposit or pending or sold, then all the call to actions on the same home are designed to get listings. This is one of the reasons why many of our clients will tell you that every time they market one listing, they get one or two more listings. These are agents who are aggressively trying to grow their business. They're not casually just whatever. They want their business to grow. They use these tools, basically a few different statuses. And the way you get at them is you click on market listing, and you can just start right at the top and go all the way to the bottom. But actually the top half is really where a lot of the action happens. And that's Facebook, right? If you want buyer leads with name, email, and phone number, there is no easier way than clicking this button that says Facebook and Instagram's ads, right? And click create ad. You will get leads from Facebook with pre-populated name, email, and phone number for $3 each on average. Sometimes it's higher and sometimes it's lower. And if you want to customize it, just click in the box before you let it out and tell people what's missing that's not showing here. Maybe it's a new granite kitchen. Maybe it's a barn or whatever, right? It will not be sponsored by our little best listings page. It'll be sponsored by your business page. So every time you run an ad, it's going to be seen by probably 1 to 2 to 3,000 people. They'll see it, but a number of people will click on the button that says learn more down here. And then a little window will pop up with their name, email, and phone number pre-populated from their profile. So they're not typing information in. This is a really effective way of getting leads with phone number. And that is the simplest, fastest, and cheapest way to get buyer leads, is to get any active listing, especially open house, and get it in here and run a Facebook ad. Now, the next tab is social media posts. And I know at this point, I've been going so fast that you probably forgot that at the beginning, we turned on social media auto posting in profile. This is what it looks like. Okay. It's basically, let's just click on Facebook. That little button that I pushed on, you get notified by email that we've done it. This is what an automated post looks like on Facebook. This is something that you're not touching. We're doing it automatically. And if somebody clicks on it, we're going to drive them to a page that has information about the home. And this is designed, there will be a pop-up in a minute that will capture contact information. There's a lot of info here on the home, the photos, the marketing plan, the map. They can even download some PDF guides as long as they give you their name, email, phone number, or name and email there. Print brochures. You were even asking, hey, do you want your home value? Because I know you're aware, people looking at homes for sale often have a home that they want to sell. And then your reviews are here, right? So we set up your reviews earlier. So it's all here. And we're just talking about the open house that's going out. And that's happening automatically. Okay. Then there's this tool here, share on the seller social media. And let's see, this we email to you. This is a tool that captures really, doesn't capture a lot of leads, but it's capturing leads from the friends and family and colleagues of your current clients. This is a lot easier to close than just a random internet lead, right? And so when we send this to you, it's going to tell you on the top, hey, forward this to your client, call them for 5 seconds and ask them to put it on their wall. Use that if you like referrals. Okay. That's all I can tell you there. Nearby Homeowner Letter is the number one tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. Okay. So remember when I told you that I do a class that's called Top Tools for More Listings? And where is it? Right here, 6 days ago. There are a lot of tools that get listing leads, but the ones that turn into listings the fastest come from this letter. And so you can actually, we've got a partnership with a company called Express Copy. And you can say, hey, I want to get this into the market. And you can click print an email if you connect to Express Copy, and I'll show you what they do. You can click this button and say, hey, I want you to send that letter because maybe you just sold a home in a neighborhood and you say, I want a 2-mile radius, and only send it to homeowners who have more than 6 years of equity. And boom, hit that button. Okay. Now that's $185. It's about $1.80 per letter, but they fold it, they stuff it, they target the right people. We launched this partnership about a year ago, and we're really excited because we have known for years, because our clients tell us for years, they get the highest quality listings from us. But we also know that agents don't like to do a whole lot of things, right? Ideally, you could just throw your credit card in here and not touch anything. And that would be wonderful. But if you want your business to grow, you do have to take some steps. In this case, you click what flyer you want and you click submit order. But I'm going to show you something in our mastermind group. And it is one of our clients just a couple weeks ago. She's been a client of ours for, I think, close to 10 years, Pat Watley. So she came in here on September 18th. So that's about a month ago. And she says, hey, I closed the sale last week, so it's time to send out the just sold mailer to nearby homeowners. Okay. So it's the letter that I just showed you. She said, this will be the second mailer that they receive because the first one was just listed. So she mailed this letter to these homeowners when the home was just listed. And now that it's sold, she's going to send it again. She goes, the first mailer resulted in 4 owners calling for home value reports, right? So she sent out 100 letters just listed. And and then she does another 100 when it's sold. It's amazing because she says, hey, that's 4 hours of time, right? And bringing in her friends. This is what she did. She actually customized this letter a little bit. Let me show you the letter over here. Did I download it? Let me show you the letter. It is not the sexiest thing in the world. Okay. There's no artificial intelligence in here, no algorithms. It is a piece of paper that says, I've got an open house, or I just listed something, or I just sold. This is what it looks like. It's going to have your pic, your logo. It's going to say, hey, when it's sold, that's going to affect your home value. And that is a big statement that we keep saying on almost everything. And so go here to get your free home value. That piece of paper is called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. And she took it, so let's see if we can find it, and she added more data. As of September, 43 homes had sold within 1 mile of this home. So she's giving really relevant data about this neighborhood, about this home, and saying, I just sold something. And not only that, this is the only client I've ever seen do this. She prints on the back of it so that she can fold it and then she handwrites the envelopes, right? And says, hey, just sold. What I hear a lot is inventory is tight. Kat's been a client of ours for, I'm pretty sure, like more than 10 years. Why would she go through this effort rather than just hit a button and pay somebody $180 to have it done automatically? My guess is the return on the investment over time. This is the easy way. I want to point out that there's a $185 charge here. We're going to talk about ads on Facebook and Google soon. Listings to Leads is not taking a percentage of this money. If you're spending $185.95, it's charging your credit card on Express Copy. We're not taking any percentage of that. And that is true for Facebook and Google as well. We're not in that game. I don't, yeah, Garland, just go to the support team. If you guys miss the link to the Master Maker, just go to the support team and ask there and they'll get you. So what were we talking? Nearby homeowner letter. eFile for your database is the electronic version of that. Okay. So we just saw a print piece of paper. This is something that you copy and blast out on your CRM, right? And it says, hey, got something for sale up top. That affects your home value at the bottom. Oh, there are your reviews again. That's how it works. Short form video scripts. If you want to be doing video, which I highly recommend if you're going to be leveraging social media, download it, talk about it a couple times, whip out your smartphone, and then use one of these apps to upload it and broadcast it for you. We create single property websites, luxury versions, and default and lead gen versions. I'm gonna save this. I actually prefer the lead gen version. Okay, so you don't even have to save it. Virtual tours, same thing. We'll leave that one alone. We have a whole open house marketing toolkit. Everything is mobile optimized. There's an online sign-in form. Put this on a laptop or an iPad. And when people are walking through, say, hey, could I get your feedback? And please just say, hey, please enter it right here. Just click a couple buttons, give us your info, and they're going to get a mobile optimized website and you are going to get all the information that they left. Give yourself more than 5 days, please. We've got clients who market their open houses for 5 to 7 days and it can generate 50 plus leads, buyer and seller leads, because our tools are asking for both. Their listing flyers, their postcards and door hangers. And just like I mentioned on that letter before, on the front is go check out the home on that web address. And on the back, that affects your home value, right? I'm pretty sure if you've been in this industry for a while, you've got postcards at your office. They just don't have call to actions. They have your awesome photograph and phone number for people to call you. But I think, nobody's too excited to be calling realtors all the time. They like to gather information though. And that's what we're all about. We'll give a lot of information away as long as you give us give us your contact. If you're a blogger, we got that. Craigslist, it's good too. QR codes. And we auto generate your virtual tour and upload it to YouTube. You can connect your own YouTube channel if you want. We have talked about listings, PDF guides, social content, landing pages, and client reviews. One thing I want to mention is this dashboard. We're just finishing this up. And the challenge, I've been yammering on here for about 45 minutes. And you can probably tell it. Sometimes you got to dig in to find the things that you want. And you might forget where I said they were. Here, we're going to start taking all the content of what is really important on that left hand, and we're going to put it right here on this dashboard. So you'll soon be able to work from here. We're going to be ranking leads on how many times they are opening our follow-ups, right? So if you got our follow-ups turned on and you're capturing leads, whether they're buyers or sellers, we're going to put on top who's the most active, right? So let's click view lead. I don't even know what this is. And let's see here. Oh, there we go. So we do have follow-ups turned on here. And you'll be able to see that, oh, it was sent, it was submitted. So that's just telling you that they actually asked for information and then it was sent over to LionDesk or whatever it's done. So you know what's going to be happening. If you're going to start capturing leads and you turn on a drip campaign, basically the most valuable leads will be at the top of this list. Your listings will be right here. And I just walked us through the listings page. You'll be able to create an ad or just toggle over and say, you know what? I want to send this to the seller, toggle it again. Let's check out the YouTube video, get it on YouTube, or just create an ad all from right here so that you don't actually have to go into each tab like I'm doing. The PDF guides, we're going to be rotating. If you have it turned on automatically, it's going to automatically, we did that over on the social content. It's already going to go to your social media pages, but you can create an ad. You might want to create an ad for Facebook or for Google. Social media posts, hopefully you're letting us do it automatically, or send it to your database. So get the script to blast that on your CRM, right? Print flyers. Maybe you need something to door knock with, postcards, door hangers. It's all right here, right? So instead of going into one page, go to your dashboard. Follow-ups, we don't have active follow-ups turned on, so we need to turn that on. This tells you where the webinars are. This is not even sure, but that is, we are going to be making this more robust as well, but you'll be able to see where your leads are coming from. Okay. And then your ads will be here, your landing pages, things like that. This is going to become a lot more valuable for you. And so keep an eye on that, or just scan it every once in a while. And it'll just start to make the platform easier for you to use. Okay. So we've talked about listings and PDF guides and social content, landing pages. The big elephant in the room is our ad software. Okay. And we have ad software built into the platform from Facebook and Instagram. That comes with a package. We also have ad software from Google, and that doesn't come with it, but it is a $30 a month add-on. And if you're new to us, you don't need to sign up for it right now, but I will tell you this, you get a 30-day free trial with it and on Google. Okay. So you could use it for a month and generate a lot of leads for free. The people who I really want to be focused on Google are the people who want more listings. Okay. You don't really need Google to get buyers. If you want buyers, click create a Facebook ad and run an ad on a property that is for sale. It's just that easy. Leave it on lead ads, click create an ad, and we'll see it here. It's all pre-written. When I showed you earlier, you can customize it on the right before you publish. Works really well. If you want listing leads, create a listing ad on a property that is pending or under contract or sold. And of course, my browser's acting like a jerk, so let me refresh. So if a listing is under contract, pending or sold or active contingent, then it's going to basically the language will be, hey, this is about to close and it's going to affect your home value. Click here to get your free home value. That's what that's all about. And you definitely want to do that, right? You can also run ads on landing pages or the PDF guides that we were talking about. And you can focus on, hey, do I want buyers or do I want sellers? I'm not sure what buyer lead costs on Facebook from our PDF guides, but I know that when we are doing seller get PDF guide ads, these leads are more expensive than a sold property, right? So I showed you how to market a sold listing. Those leads cost about $7 each. If you're running a $50 ad, you're going to get about 7 leads. But when you run a seller PDF guide ad for $50, you just click create an ad. And these leads are often charged like $10 a lead. So 10 into 50 will be 5. So you'd get 5 leads for the same $50 instead of 7 leads by running a sold ad. But I did mention earlier that the most popular kind of ad that agents like to run is, let me click this, just free home values. How do I get more listings, right? And a lot of realtors have seen this and they run it and they don't know why it works or why it's not working. hopefully it works for you just right off the bat, generic like this. You don't have to change anything. You can just type in, say, Elko Vatican. This would work, right? I'm going to give you the short story and then I'll give you a pointer. Does anybody here know where Elko, Nevada is? I drove by it once on the way to Chicago. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's just like in the middle of nowhere. That's all I can say. This is way out in like high desert country. Not a lot of people around here. So this could work pretty well. But when you're running an ad on Facebook, you can't target it less than 15 miles. But if you're in a more cosmopolitan area where there's like a city 5 minutes that way and that way, this is going to overspray and be hitting all kinds of people who it doesn't mean anything to. And that's what makes it really difficult. And that's why I mentioned watch Facebook and Google ads, top tools for more listings. And this one over here, custom audiences for better home value leads. It's really important that you do that. Otherwise, you're going to find that you're wasting time and money. So Facebook is awesome. I don't know how long you've been in the industry. A lot of people, look down on Facebook ads, but I can tell you, let's just go look over here. If you go and come to our homepage on our YouTube channel.
Hi, my name is Lauren Wiley. I'm a realtor in Northern Virginia, and I ran a listing to leads ad.
She ran a $35 ad that ran for 7 days in March. I got 3 active buyers on one listing for $35. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys are aware that inventory is tight in the United States right now. And that means that if people are looking for homes, they're struggling to find a home. I would highly recommend you have a serious follow-up plan to get those people and see how much help they really need. Are there people out there kicking tires and clicking pictures? Always, right? But there are also people out there that have been looking for a home for a long time. So it works. But let me explain the difference of Facebook to Google, right? So Facebook is awesome because it's the number 3 website in the country. And we can keep up with what our friends are doing. We can see where they're traveling. We can see what they're eating. We can see our grandkids. We can see the holiday pics. Oh, what's going on there? Anyway, you see all this stuff because these are your friends and your family and your colleagues, and that you keep on top of that, right? Just check in every once in a while. American adults, not kids, not teenagers, spend 40 minutes every day scrolling through this on smartphones, on their computers at work. They're driving their car. They're looking at this nonsense. And so if you throw something up there that's interesting to them, great. It can be really effective. But this is what Facebook is, right? It's just, we're just cruising through. But when people have a question, they usually go to the internet. And 86% of all people who have a question on the internet come to this page. If you want a good Italian meal in LA, or you want a martini in Manhattan, or you want to know how do I sell my home, it's 86% of the time going to happen right here. Okay. And you see these sponsored ads. How do you get there? You could use our Google software and say, hey, I want to run a landing page ad for my favorite town. And obviously you created the landing page in our system on the landing page section, and you click create an ad. Now, let me ask a quick question. Have any of you run an ad on Google before? Here's how you do it. Here, you choose the landing page you want, and you type in the city that you want to target, and you click publish. Now, if you want, you could click view link. And this is the landing page. It's got a picture of the local downtown park. Everybody knows this because there's cool restaurants there. And I got a $50 budget. per day, more expensive than Facebook. It's a 7-day ad. So you have an exposure of $350. Now, nobody answered the question about running ads on Google. So I'm going to assume that nobody's running an ad on Google. And let me tell you this, I have. And if I click on advanced options, you see all this stuff that we've got here, all these keywords and things like that. The keywords are related to what did the person type in the box, because that's really what you're paying for. Okay. Somebody types in those words that are related to my business, I want to show up. All the words that are relevant to that landing page are automatically put here by us. You also have to have multiple headlines. Now, this is all just for your education. These are headlines. We've written all the headlines here. You have to have multiple descriptions. You have to do this yourself if you go do it in Google. So you can do this all in Google. You can go create landing pages in our system and go do it yourself on Google. And it's one of the most ugliest experiences that I've seen, which blew my mind because Google is the number one website in the world and in the United States. And as I said, 86% of all leads happen or questions happen on Google. And still, they just make it the ugliest experience. And I think, frankly, an experience that most realtors will not be able to figure out. Or you can just subscribe for $30 a month and say, hey, you know what? I want to run one of those PDF guides once a month. So once a week. Obviously, there's a budget, so you got to think about that. But 5 years of overpricing, you create an ad, you type in the name of your favorite town and click publish. Now, I do want you to understand something about Google. It is the number one website in the country. 86% of all searches happen there. And it means that the leads cost more. Okay. So when I mentioned to you, hey, if you run an ad on Facebook, it could be $7 or $3 or $15. When you run an ad on Google, I don't have that much knowledge. Okay. I don't know the cost of these leads all over the country, but I do have a little bit of knowledge. And that is that if you run this ad in Dallas, Texas, a lead like this from an ad, just like what I'm doing here, will cost you $30. That's what they're charging. I know because we have clients there and they're running ads and they're saying, yeah, we're getting charged $30 per lead. So if I publish this and I got a $50 budget, I'm going to get one lead per day. Okay. If I live in Western Pennsylvania doing the exact same thing, but I would want to target a city in there, that lead would cost me around $22. And I've even heard in the middle part country and kind of the central states that leads like this from Google cost $15 each. So it's all like competition based, like auction based pricing. It's all happening instantly in the background. The prices are not always the same, but they vary and they are always more expensive than Facebook. You know, from wherever you are in your business, what you need in your business. Do you need buyers? Do you need some social media content? Do you need more listings? And if you need more listings, there are some avenues that I want to do. Some are easy and free and some are more expensive, right? That's it. The last thing I want to say is one, if you have questions, please let me know in the chat panel. On the listings page, there are some tabs here. One says listing presentation. There's a pre-listing packet that you might want to drop on your early leads, listing leads. And there's also a really bulletproof listing presentation. You should all download this as soon as you can because it's going to be and print it. Download it, print it. It will be a visual reminder for you of what's under the hood here. And you should always leave one behind if you're on a listing presentation. You should walk them through that because we do so much. That document does not mention our company once. It mentions you on every page. And it doesn't say like half of this stuff is done automatically for you. It just says this is what you're bringing to the table to help sell their home. So get a hold of the listing presentation, get in the mastermind group, Are there any more questions? And just take the time to learn the platform. It's worth that investment. I will tell you this, when we talk about the cost of ads and the cost of leads on both Facebook and on Google, it's October. It's the end of October. So next month is Thanksgiving. And we have that awesome Thanksgiving turkey and mashed potatoes. And right around then, a good majority of your competition is going to take a nap until spring. And at that point, the cost of leads can drop 50, 75, even 90%. It's a good time to be running ads because people who are working have a little more time off and they're actually relaxing at home, and your competition is taking time off and your cost per lead is dropping. So I don't see any other questions. Just a reminder, this call is being recorded and it will be on our YouTube channel either today or tomorrow. Take some time to check out what we've got going here. Super beneficial to your business. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Have a great week and take care.